Day one begins inside a safe. $80,000 in heavy gold chains, a $58,000 Audemars Piguet, and a rotating collection of Richard Milles are the first variables in a daily calculation. Leaving the house requires navigating a labyrinth of high-friction micro-decisions. It means matching a $1,200 Italian silk robe to the specific metallic purple finish of a Rolls-Royce Ghost. An outside observer sees a reckless drain on mental focus and capital. Choosing between a Pagani and a Lamborghini for a simple trip to the mall appears to be an unnecessary exhaustion of resources. Traditional wealth preservation is built on the opposite of this behavior. The standard path to success involves minimizing daily decisions, wearing uniform clothing, and maintaining quiet, predictable asset growth. This relentless consumption is a deliberate attempt to shock the central nervous system. Every high-end purchase is a tool used to intentionally alter the user's internal psychological state. For the ultra-successful, possessing an endless menu of material choices is the combustible fuel required to generate the next million. This system runs on the philosophy of options. It operates on the principle that the possession of choice directly accelerates human motivation. The cycle begins with a small jolt to the system. Acquiring a slightly faster car or an entry-level luxury watch sends a pulse of satisfaction along the neurological path, proving that work leads to immediate reward. This satisfaction quickly dissipates. The brain recalibrates to a new, higher baseline, rendering the previous level of luxury mundane and establishing a new threshold for what feels normal. The brain now demands a higher tier of choices to reach that same peak. To satisfy the new craving, the individual must aggressively seek out the capital required to fund it, creating an escalating spiral of forced ambition and financial productivity. This feedback loop converts raw material greed into a highly efficient engine for consistent work. Powering this cycle requires massive, rapid liquidity. By trading high-leverage positions in gold and indices, a session from a smartphone can generate $55,000 in pure profit before lunch. This concept of choice is then projected outward. At local shopping malls, the trader approaches teenagers and hands out $100 bills, turning a personal internal philosophy into a public spectacle. These handouts calculated attempt to disrupt the financial reality of the bystander. This diagram shows how the spectacle functions as a top-of-funnel marketing event. Seeing someone effortlessly hand out thousands of dollars injects a sudden craving for that same level of choice into the crowd. This manufactured desire funnels the audience toward a $39.99 monthly subscription service, where they pay to copy the very trades that funded the display they just witnessed. The public display of extreme wealth effectively weaponizes material success to sell financial ambition back to the masses. The friction of the real world eventually interferes. During a cash giveaway, mall security and management intervene, ordering the trader to stop filming and cease the distribution of money. This is a direct attempt by an institution to enforce a limit. For a moment, the external rules of the mall threaten to dictate his behavior. Instead of debating the rules or following the order, he treats the authority figure as a minor inconvenience. After declaring, "I am management," he walks away from the encounter. He doesn't wait for permission or stay to resolve the conflict. He simply removes himself from the situation. At this level of wealth, the distance between the individual and the institution becomes so vast that the threat of a mall ban carries no weight. When capital and choices compound to this scale, the friction of average life stops applying. The ability to buy any item eventually translates into the ability to ignore any local restriction. The highest return on these trades is the permanent removal of the word "no" from daily life. This level of success provides the power to dictate your own terms and live entirely within a reality you have chosen for yourself.